is the primary purpose of internal quality controls in a laboratory setting? So remember, when the question says primary purpose, that means that there may be other choices on the list that do work for maybe identifying a reason why we use quality controls, but we want to find the main overall purpose. And the point of finding quality controls is, let's say you have a glucometer that you use in your clinical practice, and it measures the reading of what the blood glucose is on a patient using a blood sample. And the whole idea of using this glucometer for laboratory quality control is you want to make sure that this machine is sensitive to all types of readings, meaning that it understands how to interpret both a low reading and a high reading to make sure that you have an accurate reading in the end. So let's say instead of having a patient's blood sample here, we are using something called quality control equipment to make sure that the machine is working accurately. So we have a bottle of high and low fake blood, per se, that we put into the machine to test to make sure that it could recognize the low and the high blood to make sure that the machine is working properly, so that when we take a blood sample from a patient, it knows when it's high, it knows when it's low, and it is working the way we need it to. So now that we understand what the purpose of quality controls are, let's look at the choices. So option A says to ensure a sterile and clean environment for laboratory personnel. So that is important, but that's not the main purpose of the quality controls. This is to ensure accuracy of the laboratory of devices so we have proper results for our patients. So although this is important, don't be thrown off, because that's not what the question is asking for as the primary purpose for laboratory equipment. So we could eliminate option A. Option B says to minimize wait times for patients receiving laboratory tests. Again, that's also something that would be nice to see, but that's not what the primary purpose we're looking for is, so we can eliminate option B as well. Option C says to maintain a well-stocked inventory of laboratory supplies and equipment. This is also something that's important, but it's not the primary purpose of quality controls, so we can eliminate option C. And then option D says to monitor the accuracy and the precision of laboratory tests before releasing patient results. And that is absolutely correct. And that's what we were describing when we were looking at that example with the glucometer. So option D is the correct choice here.